Hey there! On Aberfeldy Street, everybody's got a different story to tell. Aberfeldy Portraits gathers the stories of people who live in Poplar or cross paths with our community, showing what people are most proud of and care about, and uncovering the colourful, rich differences that make Aberfeldy a vibrant place to be. Join us weekly as we share these stories, and maybe you'll discover something new.
Today I'm with a special guest. Would you be so kind and introduce yourself and tell us who you are?
I'm Dave Farrah and I live in Poplar.
Dave Farrah from Poplar. What do you do in Poplar?
I do as little as possible, but my only structural thing in a week is I help to run a men's group, which meets on a Wednesday afternoon, called the Men's Cabin.
Where are you based?
We're based in the Cabin on St Leonard's Road.
Okay. How long? Why do you run a men's cabin? Why are you there?
Well, I'd rather not run it. I'd rather somebody else ran it, but that's not the way it's working at the moment. It's been going about 12 years. I mean, it is a very loose association of men who do what they please, like herding cats. But, you know, it works to some extent. We could do with more men, we could do with more ideas, and we could do with more help, but that's the same for any group.
And have you been involved in the group for the duration of 12 years, or have you joined later on?
No, I've been going since I retired, which is 10 years, and before that I popped in when I wasn't working. So, because I was sort of semi-retired, part-time worker, sort of as and when, so when I was free I used to go. But in those days we had Jane, who helped to run the group, so it didn't matter if I wasn't there. But now we've got no one to run the group apart from ourselves, so there we are. It's a hard life.
Yeah, I mean, organising people, or like organising something, things to happen, it's quite a task, isn't it?
It is, and I was saying to the other guys, I said, well, we are on the margins now of existence, because people won't come to groups with less than 6 to 8 active members. And because there's so many new groups in the area now, people are being very picky about what they go to and what they don't. And it's not sustainable if people don't come on a regular basis. So there we are. I mean, if we did have an organiser who could chase up people and do a bit of recruitment, you know, it would be fine. But that's not where we are at the moment. But I'll have to put that on my cosmic ordering, won't I?
Yeah, okay. Your cosmic ordering. That's good. I mean, are there any other kind of like life wishes that you have currently on your list? With men's group or outside?
No, the men's group is fine. I mean, things just tend to happen as regards the men's group. You don't have to do too much. We're starting Crown Green Bowls in May, which is next week. And we have people drop in to talk to us every now and again. And we get people like the British Museum who invite us to various events. And we have the wonderful Melissa and Lottie who do arts things for us when they get the funding. So, you know, things just tick along, but there's gaps. And the thing is, with older men, there are problems with health. So, you know, not everybody can be there every week. And I always have a slogan, there's no have to. You don't have to come. You don't have to do anything. But if you want to come, you come. So, you know, there's no pressure on people coming, so it's fairly relaxed. And sometimes we just talk and drink tea and eat biscuits.
What do people tend to talk about in the men's group cabin?
Oh, that's well, mainly about, they don't tend to talk about themselves, because they come to get away from their health and their problems. So that's not what happens in the group, but I do suspect people talk to each other outside the group or on the way to the group or on the way back as regards their own problems, and things just gradually leach out as regards how well they are. But you can tell how people are by looking at them, really. And the fact that they come is something. It means they're not too bad. And people come for a while and then drop off, and new people. Yeah, it's all sort of very relaxed and very loose in that sense, because, you know, people have other problems like health or family. They tend not to come. But when we have big events, they tend to, you know, do things, and when we have a project on, they tend to come on a regular basis. So projects are good, but you can't do projects all the time, because A, there's not funding, and B, there's not the projects around. So, but we're always looking for different ideas. We went on the Superloop the other day to to Blackheath. That was good fun.
And you went south of the river?
Well, yes, we did.
How did you feel about that?
Well, south of London is strange for people from the north of London. People would, well, why go to South London? I mean, it's a good question, isn't it? But I mean, I suspect people from South London have the same feeling about the North London. It is quite a barrier, so anything that breaks down barriers is good, I suppose. And just at the bus stop in Blackheath, there is a community cafe, which did very nice tea and cakes. So that was quite welcoming. So yeah.
You know what else is in Blackheath? There's like a little booth by the side of the road. I don't know if it's near the Superloop bus stop, but it's quite random because you see those little booths selling hot dogs and tea somewhere maybe outside of the city, connecting roads, but it's just there in Blackheath.
So the problem with a new area like South London is it's so big you don't know where to start. I mean, we did find the Greenwich Ecology Park, which was quite nice. George showed us around that, and that was quite a little bit of haven away from the bustle. And it's right by the river as well, so we walked back to the O2. So it was quite a nice outing in the end.
So, I mean, talking about different areas, I mean, I can't help but hear a bit of an accent. I can't tell whether that's South London accent or where is your accent from?
I'm from Lancashire, nowhere near South London.
How did you rock up? How was Lancashire when you lived there, and when did you move out?
It was a bit grim in the
settle Mikey.
1970s. So I came down here for work, 1980. So the prophet is not worthy in his homeland, so I decided to come to London to seek my fortune, and it worked. So yeah. But the thing is, when you go back home, you tend to start picking up the accent again. So maybe that's why I've got some northern twang. So I've noticed that with people, once they go back to their homeland, they tend to pick up their idioms and stuff. It's interesting, isn't it?
Where are you from in Lancashire?
I'm from Salford, the city of Salford.
Salford in Lancashire?
You bet it is. Always has been. Don't let anybody tell you any different. Greater Manchester is purely an administrative concoction, which nobody in Salford recognises. In fact, Manchester is in Salford, but that's another question altogether, because Manchester used to be, or still is, because it's never abolished, used to be in the Salford 100, when the country was divided into hundreds, because the Vikings wrecked Manchester, and they needed an admin centre, and they chose Salford. So, yeah. So I'm not sure what 100 we're in at the moment. That's a good question. What 100 are we in at the moment? I would have to look it up.
Popular, isn't it?
No, I don't think so.
Popular 100?
I don't know the hundreds of Middlesex. I know the hundreds of Lancashire very well, but that's a very interesting question.
Well, you know what? I've not heard about this.
It's an Anglo-Saxon administrative method. So each 100 had to provide so many soldiers to the king to fight in his battles.
We got 100.
So yeah, 100 men. Yeah, absolutely. So that's it. Yeah, that's the way it came about.
So you came to Poplar. If it's 100, then.
You've set me off on something now to do some research.
We'll do a historical podcast as the next episode.
When Margot lets me turn my phone on again, I'll have a look at which 100 we're in.
The thing is that using the phone for checking facts is cheating, isn't it?
Well, at home we have the full.
Which
all the volumes of it.
Salford,
No, home in Poplar we have the full Encyclopedia Britannica, every volume. So I could, in theory, look it up there, but it takes.
Who's got time for it?
Who's got time for it? Yeah. So, I mean, you can't always trust Wikipedia. It's a guide to action rather than being a rule, but you can generally get some flavour of what, because people do correct it. So I mean, it's a fantastic device, Wikipedia. It really is.
Have you ever done any entries into Wikipedia? Because I think people can contribute to it somehow.
No, I've donated to it because I think it's a good thing. It's an incredible thing. There's a lot of nonsense on it as well, to be fair. But there we are. That's the internet for you.
I mean, I do wonder whether we could just on the subject of facts and things like that. I wonder if there are many Wikipedia entries on this area or some kind of quirks of history pertaining to Poplar, because that may be like a nice thing.
Well, I'm definitely going to go home and find out which 100 I'm living in. I think I'm scandalised. I don't know.
Yeah, I want to know as well.
Well, it'll be an interesting name, I suppose. It'll probably be called Bromley, I suspect.
Why?
Because this whole area was called Bromley.
And we've got Bromley Hall.
Yeah, Bromley Hall.
On the A12.
Yeah.
Which is the oldest brick-built building in London.
Indeed.
But it's got like an advert nailed onto the side of it.
What's the advert for?
I don't know, something advertising.
Yeah. I mean, that was when I first moved here. The library was there as well. There was a little library across, and it was just like a little sort of. Aberfeldy was just like a little enclave with its own little library, and it was all very sooty and very much sort of down at heel. But yeah, there used to be hunting lodges in this area. That's where Henry VIII used to hunt around here. So he'd probably be in Bromley Hall and having a cup of tea after he'd been chasing around the marshes after some poor wild animal, I suspect.
Did they have baked beans back in those days?
Baked beans?
Yeah, because I'm thinking he was having a cup of tea. I'm thinking, why wouldn't he go to Greasy Spoon to JP Cafe?
Baked beans only came in post-war because people got baked beans from America initially.
Yeah, American invention.
What about Lancashire invention, apart from obviously Dave?
Right, so my home city is famous for 2 food items.
Mm-hmm.
One is the Eccles cake. Eccles is a suburb of Salford, named after Ecclesiastes, when what's his name now? The guy who drove out all the snakes in
St. Patrick.
St. Patrick, yeah. St. Patrick's came to Salford to civilise the locals. It didn't succeed, but that's by and by. And also Vimto, the famous drink, is made in Salford. So there's two drinks two food items you could have. So
that I didn't know, because Salford, in my mind, is a place for a very famous music artist.
Oh, we've got lots of them.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I suppose there's going to be a few. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Isn't John Cooper Clarke from Salford?
He certainly is. He's the bard of Salford, absolutely.
Ding. I was thinking the Smiths.
Oh, Smiths, yes.
Ding.
The Salford Lads Club, yeah. There is a light that never goes out.
Yeah, we were just singing that song yesterday.
And Salford Lads Club is on which street? Coronation Street.
Oh, we know about.
Yes, but the real Coronation Street is based in Archie Street in Salford. And there was a pub there which my mother used to work in, and a corner shop which she used to work in, which I'd been to. And they were 2 of the mainstays of the original Coronation Street, which is based in Salford, of course.
But you know something, because we were doing this Aberfeldy stories, but one of the things that we discovered, maybe you know this, I don't know, but apparently, Iron Maiden, the band.
Oh, yes.
They played the very first gig 50 years next year in St. Nicholas Church on the street.
Wow,
So
there should be a plaque, shouldn't there?
There should be, shouldn't there?
There definitely should be. Tell Harker there should be a plaque.
Harker know about it.
Do they?
Mm.
You know, the all-powerful, all-knowing Harker.
Yeah, they know it. They told us about it. No, they didn't. Actually, we found out somehow.
I think, well, it's something that somebody told me when I first arrived. I can't remember who it was when I first arrived in this area. I think Rick maybe told me.
The people speak.
Iron Maiden. No, that's a niche fact, that isn't it?
Well, it's quite niche.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, like, some people that we speak to, they don't know who Iron Maiden is. Do you know who Iron Maiden is?
Oh, certainly I do. Yes.
What kind of music do you listen to then?
Oh well. Mainly 60s music, but I listen to Boom Light. You heard of Boom Radio? It's for old people. Boom is larger for people who like 60s music, and Boom Light is for people who like 50s music. Boom Light is only on the internet. So, but I mean, I listen to all sorts of things. I listen to country rap, blues. I'll listen to anything really, as long as it's not modern. Anything past 1975, I'm not interested in really.
Switch off.
Yeah, afraid so.
Okay.
But,
so you listen to radio a bit then?
Oh, all the time. Yeah, all the time. Yeah.
Do you have any connection to radio?
Do I have a connection to radio? Well, yes, I was a DJ for 10 years. Hospital radio. Dave the Rave.
That was your name?
That's my name, Dave the Rave, yeah.
Dave the Rave, like that?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. So
did you come up with it, or did somebody say this should be a stage name?
Oh, I chose it, I think. But I mean, the music I played was not rave music.
Maybe that was the.
It was just a nice sort of rhyming. It makes people go, oh, doesn't it? Yeah. So.
But can I ask you, like, from your experience of playing records and doing the DJing, records? Did you play
records? You're getting old now. Records.
Tapes?
No, mini discs.
Mini discs.
In those days, yeah.
Okay. So, in your experience, has music changed much? Just because that came up on Talkie recently, just the subject of music. What's your take on it?
Well, it's become atomised and segmented and ghettoised. I mean, in the 60s, there were just the charts, and everybody, even the old people listened to the charts, and everybody knew the charts. And you get all sorts of people in the charts. You get sort of people like Matt Monro and, dare I say, Rolf Harris and Ken Dodd, all being in the charts at the same time as, Beatles and the Stones. So it was quite a big church. But now everybody has their own little niche of music, and not everybody can know all the niches of music now. It's just almost impossible to have your finger on everything. That's why the BBC have so many different music channels now, which I think is quite sad, really. You can't encompass the whole shebang. So I mean, the charts mean nothing now, really. I mean, obviously, if you're interested in a certain group type of music, there'd be a chart for that type of music, but that means nothing to anybody else, which I think is quite sad. So getting with all these stats about, which British artist had the most number 2s and never got a number 1, Billy Fury. Which song had stayed the most in the charts but never got to number 1? Aberfeldy, Stranger on the Shore, 66 weeks. And he was also the first guy to have a number 1 hit in America, Aberfeldy. Fabulous song. And I reckon those songs from the 60s will go on and on. I don't think the songs today will go on and on, not many of them. Nope, afraid not. But music's still developing. Country music is still producing the same breadth and depth of output than it ever did. So it's still as popular as it ever was. So some genres can continue seemingly almost indefinitely, but other genres are dip and die and become out of fashion.
I mean, is there a difference between what kind of country artists sing about and the artists that you mentioned sing about, and maybe modern ones from what you know?
No, the country's still about family and love and hurt, and that's their universal things. So there may be slightly different sort of instead of singing songs about trains, they sing songs about pickup trucks, but it's not a lot of difference really. It's the same sort of vehicle and method, and that's probably why country music survives, because it's still recurring themes, and you can still relate to the old stuff because you know how it works.
There's kind of like these universal themes.
Yeah.
If you're a human born on planet Earth, there's a good chance you love, you hurt, and
all the modern country people all tip their hat to the old stuff because they know A, that's where the roots came from, and B, well, they know it's popular. People will listen. The older people will listen to the new stuff. Though some of the country rap stuff is pretty much out there. Really, it's really on the edge of
country rap.
Country rap. Well, I once did a little test for myself. I thought, well, let's see if you could merge two genres and see if there is a genre for that sort of country and rap. Surely you can't mash those together. But lo and behold, you're on the internet and it did already exist. But it's fabulous. Some of it's fabulous. Some of it's rubbish.
So is it just about the rap rhythm, or is it? And the songs are still about?
Oh, the songs are still about country music, but the actual music played is rap largely.
Okay, I'm interested. That's going to be something that I'll look up.
Oh yeah, yeah. Little Nas, he did some stuff. Blanco White. Oh, it's fun. You've got to hear the Git Up.
I'm going to listen to that.
You definitely. We've got to play that before you go. It's a hell of a dance, because the Git Up is also a dance, and because of line dancing, which I love the sound of, but I don't like the dancing. But who cares about the dancing? I mean, because it's too regimented for me. That's by and by. That's personal choice. But yeah.
Okay. I mean, because we're working with a musician for this project as well. So we want to create either a song or set of songs for the area. I mean, I told you about the Iron Maiden, but it doesn't have to be Iron Maiden. But people, like for instance, the other week we were talking at length about Christmas songs as a genre. But would country song fly in Aberfeldy Street?
I doubt it.
No?
But there is a woman on painting on the street there. I can't remember her name now. It's a huge thing.
Nazim, what's her name?
No, there's two people. There's a white woman as well, an English woman. She was also a singer apparently, and she was from this area. So there is a link there. I can't remember. I'd never heard of her.
Another one to look up.
Yeah.
If we remember. So okay, but you think that doing something musical, maybe from the street, inspired by the street, could that work?
Possibly. Well, there is members of a band who practice sort of a modern beat combo, who are mainly in the Saturday men's group. Chris is one of them. And they play a little bit.
We should chat to them.
Yeah.
But can I ask you, because you seem to have quite a broad and good knowledge of music.
Yeah. I know what.
Any ideas, any tips of what should we be singing about? What would make a good kind of thing?
Well,
should it be universal? Should it be specific to this area?
Well, you could go cheesy and do some sort of old Cockney songs. I mean, not so much cheesy, but there are some good stuff actually. Cockney music hall songs.
Could they work in different? Like, would you try to keep them like in original?
Well, they're good tunes.
Mm-hmm.
If you Google Cockney music hall songs, you'll hear the actual songs are rather good. I mean, it's very sort of simple sort of music, sing-along music. But I mean, it was, sort of the main staple here for, I suspect, for several decades up to the 1940s, 50s.
Can you throw in a couple of titles to look up later? Or lines that you remember?
Gus Eden's one. No, if you just Google Cockney musical songs, down at the old Bull and Bush and all that sort of stuff, it's that sort of sing along in the pub sort of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there a human version of Google in the area? Is there anyone that we can ask, or do we need to literally go on Google? Who's
maybe Google? Some older people who not that I know of. No. I mean, it's sort of a. But you ask people in the 70s and 80s, we'll come up with that stuff. Yeah, because that's what they used to do. They used to go in the pub and sing songs after a hard week, and sing all these old music hall songs, all relating to life and hardship, I suppose.
So not to
kick them in the old Kent Road and all that,
Old Kent
Road. My old man said, "Follow the band and don't dilly-dally on the way," all that sort of stuff. Yeah, but I can't sing to save my life, so that's not going to work.
You can rap, probably.
Oh well, that's
in there.
If you can't
sing, you can probably rap.
Oh, it's a real skill. I don't know. I'm just amazed of how they do it actually. Yeah, rapping. You see the kids doing it. You think, wow, it's a rhythm and it's very intense. Of course, grime came from Bow, which is not too far away. It's a sort of musical genre, so it's. I suspect there is a lot of music going on around and about that you don't even know about, with the kids especially. Yeah.
Okay.
There we are.
Any final thoughts? Any things that you want to kind of put out there? Because we are just creating portraits of people that that we've met over the years, and people who have got interesting things to say. And I know that we worked together a little bit on some past projects and stuff like that. But is there anything that you want to say, capture, put to the world?
Oh, I like this project because people have to think and have to open up their little memory banks of stuff they know and stuff that's hidden away and they've forgotten about. So I like the project in that sense because it'll lead to other things, I suspect, and it sort of and because they've got things interesting to say, it would interest others. So I think it's a very good idea, because otherwise people just have all these things in their heads that never come out, and you're creating a vehicle for expression, aren't you? So, which is no bad thing. So, yeah.
Thanks for joining us on today's episode of Aberfeldy Stories. This episode was made in partnership with The People Speak, and if you'd like to know more or to join the conversation, then come find us on Aberfeldy Street or visit www.thepeoplespeak.org.uk.